Rewiring trauma, the breath of new beginnings. Welcome to an extraordinary journey of transformation, resilience, and hope. Today, we're diving deep into the revolutionary world of trauma recovery, guided by the wisdom and experience of an exceptional individual who's not just changing lives, but reshaping our understanding of healing itself. I'm thrilled to introduce you to the insights of Sharnette Johnson, a domestic violence survivor turned beacon of hope, a registered nurse who's become a holistic healer, and a trauma recovery coach whose methods are nothing short of groundbreaking. Sharnette's work isn't just impressive, it's transformative on a global scale. She's pioneering approaches that are redefining what's possible in trauma recovery, offering hope to countless individuals who've been told their conditions are permanent or untreatable. Her unique blend of medical knowledge, spiritual wisdom, and personal experience is creating ripples of change that extend far beyond individual healing. She's catalyzing a movement that could revolutionize our approach to mental health and well being. Now, let's pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Feel the air fill your lungs, then slowly release it. That simple act, breathing, it's something we do thousands of times a day without thinking. But what if I told you that this automatic, often overlooked process could be the key to unlocking a new chapter in your life? What if the path to healing from even the deepest traumas was quite literally just a breath away? This isn't hyperbole or new age fluff. This is the cutting edge of trauma recovery, backed by both ancient wisdom and modern neuroscience. And it's at the heart of Sharnette Johnson's revolutionary approach to healing. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Trauma, that's not me. I haven't been in a war zone or survived a natural disaster. But here's the thing, trauma isn't just about those big life altering events. It's also about the accumulated stress of daily life, the constant pressure to perform, the low grade anxiety that's become so normalized we barely notice it anymore. In our fast paced, always on world, we're all carrying some level of trauma, and it's affecting us in ways we might not even realize. Think about it. How many of us walk around feeling constantly on edge? How many of us struggle to truly relax, to feel safe in our own bodies? How many of us are haunted by past experiences, trapped in patterns of behavior that we know aren't serving us, but seem impossible to break? This is where Charnette's work becomes so crucial. She understands that trauma isn't just a mental health issue, it's a whole body experience. When we experience trauma, whether it's a single catastrophic event or years of accumulated stress, our entire nervous system gets rewired. Our bodies literally change in response to our experiences. But here's the revolutionary part. If trauma can rewire our nervous systems, then healing can rewire them again. This is the foundation of Charnette's approach. She's not just treating symptoms, she's facilitating a total reset of the body's response systems. Let me share with you the story of Sarah, one of Charnette's clients. Sarah came to Charnette after years of struggling with the aftermath of workplace harassment. She'd tried everything, traditional therapy, medication, even changing jobs, but still found herself trapped in patterns of anxiety and self doubt. Working with Charnette, Sarah began to explore holistic healing practices. She started with simple breathing exercises, learning to ground herself in moments of panic. Gradually, she incorporated meditation and mindfulness into her daily routine. But the real breakthrough came when Sarah participated in a guided plant medicine ceremony. Now, I want to be clear. We're not talking about unregulated drug use here. These ceremonies are carefully controlled, sacred spaces designed for healing. For Sarah, the experience was profound. She described it as finally being able to look at my trauma without being consumed by it. In that space, Sarah was able to confront the root of her fears and begin the process of truly letting them go. The changes in Sarah's life were remarkable. Not only did her anxiety decrease, but she found herself standing up for herself at work, setting healthier boundaries in her relationships, and even pursuing creative passions she had long abandoned. This is the kind of holistic transformation that Charnette's work facilitates. But it's not just about individual healing. Charnette's vision extends to community and even global healing. She speaks passionately about the ripple effects of personal healing work. When we heal ourselves, we show up differently in our relationships, our workplaces, our communities. We become living examples of the possibility of transformation. Imagine a world where trauma recovery was as normalized and supported as physical rehabilitation after an injury. Imagine workplaces that not only acknowledge the reality of trauma, but actively supported employees in their healing journeys. Imagine a healthcare system that seamlessly integrated holistic practices with traditional medicine, treating the whole person rather than just symptoms. This isn't just a pipe dream. It's happening right now in small pockets all over the world. People are waking up to the limitations of a purely pharmaceutical approach to mental health. They're rediscovering ancient wisdom and combining it with modern science in powerful new ways. Let's talk about some of these practices. First, there's breath work. It sounds simple, almost too simple to be effective, but conscious breathing is one of the most powerful tools we have for regulating our nervous system. When we're stressed or anxious, our breathing becomes shallow and rapid. By consciously changing our breathing patterns, we can literally shift our body from a state of fight or flight to one of rest and digest. Then there's movement. Our bodies are designed to move, yet many of us spend hours each day sitting still. Regular movement, whether it's yoga, dance, or just a daily walk, can help release trapped emotions and tension from our bodies. Connection with nature is another powerful healing tool. There's growing scientific evidence for the healing power of nature on our nervous systems. Even a few minutes spent in green space can lower stress hormones and boost our mood. And let's not forget the power of community. Trauma often leaves us feeling isolated and alone. Creating safe spaces for connection and sharing can be profoundly healing. But perhaps the most revolutionary aspect of Sharnette's approach is her use of plant medicine. Now, I know this might raise some eyebrows, but hear me out. The use of certain plant-based substances in controlled therapeutic settings is showing incredible promise in treating PTSD and other trauma-related disorders. These substances, when used responsibly and under professional guidance, can help create new neural pathways, allowing individuals to process traumatic memories without being overwhelmed by them. Now, I want to address something important here. Some of you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but is it really for me? I haven't experienced major trauma. I'm just stressed, overwhelmed, burnt out. And to that, I say, this work is for you too. You see, in our modern world, we're all carrying some level of trauma. The constant pressure to perform, the relentless pace of life, the global uncertainties we face, all of these take a toll on our nervous systems. Even if you haven't experienced a single catastrophic event, the accumulated stress of daily life can rewire your nervous system in ways that keep you from fully thriving. This is why Sharnette's work is so important. She's not just offering healing to those who've experienced severe trauma. She's offering a path to greater well-being for all of us. Let me share another story with you. This one's about John, a high-powered executive who came to Sharnette feeling burnt out and disconnected. On the surface, John had it all: a successful career, a loving family, financial security, but inside, he felt empty, constantly anxious, unable to fully enjoy his life. Working with Sharnette, John discovered that he'd been carrying unresolved trauma from his childhood. Nothing catastrophic, but years of subtle emotional neglect that had left him feeling fundamentally unworthy. Through a combination of breath work, meditation, and carefully guided plant medicine experiences, John was able to reconnect with his inner child, to heal those old wounds, and to rediscover his zest for life. The transformation was profound. Not only did John's anxiety decrease, but he found himself more present with his family, more creative at work, and more engaged in his community. He even started a mentoring program for underprivileged youth, channeling his healing into making a difference in the world. This is the power of holistic trauma recovery. It's not just about alleviating symptoms. It's about unlocking our full potential as human beings. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. This sounds great, but it also sounds difficult, scary even. And you're right, healing isn't always easy. It requires courage, commitment, and often a willingness to confront some pretty uncomfortable truths about ourselves and our experiences. But here's the thing: the alternative is staying stuck. It's continuing to live a life constrained by our past experiences, limited by our traumas. And that, my friends, is far more difficult in the long run. So, what can you do right now today to start this journey of healing and transformation? Sharnette offers some simple yet powerful suggestions. First, breathe. Yes, it sounds simple, but conscious breathing is one of the most powerful tools we have for regulating our nervous system. Take a moment right now. Inhale deeply for a count of 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4s. Repeat this cycle a few times. Feel the difference? Second, move your body. You don't need an intense workout. Even gentle stretching or a short walk can help release tension and shift your energy. Third, connect with nature. Spend time outdoors, even if it's just sitting in a park for a few minutes. There's growing scientific evidence for the healing power of nature on our nervous systems. Fourth, practice self compassion. Trauma often comes with a heavy dose of self blame and shame. Actively practicing kindness towards yourself can begin to counteract these negative patterns. And finally, seek support, whether it's a friend, a therapist, or a holistic practitioner like Sharnette. Don't be afraid to reach out for help. Healing doesn't have to be a solitary journey. As we come to the end of our time together, I want to leave you with a powerful question that Sharnette posed during our interview. What would your life look like if you weren't carrying the weight of your past trauma? Take a moment to really sit with that question. Visualize it, feel it, because that life, that lighter, freer, more joyful life, it's not just a fantasy, it's a possibility. And with the kind of holistic, integrative approach that Sharnette Johnson champions, it's a possibility that's within reach for each and every one of us. So here's my challenge to you. Don't let this be just another talk you listen to and then forget. Take action. Start with one small step today. Try that breathing exercise. Schedule time for a nature walk. Reach out to learn more about holistic healing practices. But more than that, I challenge you to rethink how you view trauma and healing. Challenge the status quo that says some wounds never heal. Question the narrative that medication is the only answer. Be open to the possibility that true healing involves your whole being, body, mind, and spirit. And remember, your healing journey isn't just about you. When you heal, you become a beacon of hope for others. You show what's possible. You contribute to a world where trauma is no longer a life sentence, but an opportunity for growth and transformation. Imagine a world where everyone had access to these tools for healing. Imagine a society built on the foundation of healed, whole individuals. That's the world Sharnette Johnson is working towards. And it's a world we can all help create, one breath, one step, one healing journey at a time. So take that breath, take that step. Your new beginning is waiting. And who knows, your journey of healing might just be the catalyst that starts a ripple effect of transformation in your family, your workplace, your community, because when we heal ourselves, we help heal the world. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of trauma, healing, and the revolutionary work of Sharnette Johnson. Remember, a new start is just a breath away. Here's to your healing journey and to the brighter, more compassionate world we can create together.